Welcome to Truth on Thursday. My name is Mark Harvey. Now this comes with a warning. These Truth on Thursdays are not for people who are not into the ultimate truth. I'm not talking about your version of the truth. I'm talking about the truth. If you are squeamish or you don't like anything that's gonna contradict anything that you've learned or believed in the past from your upbringing or your conditioning, your programming from society, this is not for you. This is dedicated to the people who seek the truth. So if that is you and you're open-minded, because you've got to be open-minded here, then we can make a difference together if we stick together, because together we are stronger. So look, if you want all the pieces to this puzzle I'm about to give you, make sure that you watch this video end to end. Why? Because we're going to be talking about the education system and how it's making people weak, poor and unhappy. So how dare I say a thing like this? I mean, take a look around, and I'm from my own experience, everybody that I went to school with, the people I still know now, and the people, I mean, I've trained thousands of people from all different cultures from all over the world. And there's slight different intricacies between the education that people are receiving. The problem is there is a difference. There's real education and there's fake education. There's real teachers and there's fake teachers. Now the education, let's call it the education system, program, whatever you want to call it, that's implemented all over the globe, probably does benefit some people. You know, if you want to be a lawyer, you go to law school. If you want to be a doctor, you go to medical school. If you want to be a pilot, you go to pilot school. And there's these things like there are academically, there are things you need to learn and procedures and all the rest of it. But even now, people in those professions, they don't like reading from a textbook. They don't like operating from a textbook. But why is the education system making people weak, poor and unhappy? So let's cover the first one. Why are people weak? I mean, first of all, to build strength, mental resilience, emotional strength, spiritual power, is you got to practice that thing. And we are not taught how to think for ourselves, how to do investigative work, like due diligence. We're not taught how to do diligence. We're not taught how to deal with conflict or disagreement. We're not taught how to agree to disagree. We're not even taught how to do things in groups. It's we're trained to do things individually. And you train individually, and then you work individually, and you take a test individually, where in that test there is only one right answer. Where, let's face it guys, in real life, is that the truth? Is there only one right answer? Because the way I see it, there's more than one right answer. You know, when I'm building businesses, when I'm building teams, when I'm investing in property, when I'm investing in the marketplace, when I'm creating wealth and generating prosperity and enjoying myself, there's more than one way to do that. There's more than one way to make the deal work. I mean, we actually train this in our property program, where it's like, hey look, it's not just about this is the only way to do it. It's like, here's the end goal, but how to get there is multiple different ways, and you can do it the most enjoyable way. So this is the thing, it's making people weak because they're not thinking for themselves. They're not thinking for themselves, they're not dealing with the things that we actually need in life. Think about what we need. We need to know about relationships. I'm not just talking about intimate relationships. I'm like, everything is a relationship. What's my relationship with money? I mean, that's another thing. We're weak because we're not taught how to deal with money. We're not taught how to handle with money. We're not taught how to deal with loss. We're not taught how to deal with change. I mean, nothing changes apart from you might go from one school to another school. That's what kind of changes. Oh, and if you're lucky enough, then maybe they might change your seating every few weeks, so you have to sit in a different seat. And maybe once a year, once a term, that you're allowed to wear something different other than the uniform. Now, I know there's all things that, why all these want to be in place. I don't know, there's going to be an argument either way, but this is why the Truth on Thursday is here for you to want to participate in this debate. That's totally up to you. That's great stuff. And the thing is, it's making people poor. It's making people poor. People want to complain or justify or about the gap between the rich and the poor is getting bigger. But what is it we're going to do about it? If the education system is actually teaching us to be poor, number one, if you want to know about money, then you got to learn about money. Or because here's the thing, I don't think being poor is the amount of money you have. Yeah, we've seen instances of people who have inherited or come into money. Yeah, so does that make them rich? No, because they go ahead and blow it. They blow it or do disastrous things and cause pain and damage to themselves and others. There's other people that have had money, lost it all, and they get it back. Why? Because rich is a mindset. It's a way of being. Yeah, so when I'm saying rich and poor, I'm not saying whether you have money or you don't have money, but just generally people without that mindset, the things don't work out for them. And we're being trained. We're not being trained to deal with how to get from a low mood level or unhappiness or any kind of grief that comes in our life, and how to take it up a level, how to feel good in our life. I don't remember any lesson that taught me that. If anything, I was just made to feel bad if I didn't get the right answer. You know, bullying goes on because of how the hierarchy works. You're being measured against average. Are you average? You know, you're above average, you're below average. You're teaching people to be average? You want to mark people on the scale of averageness? You know, what is that about? And ultimately, does that mean if I'm above average, then I'm better than the other person, and you want to put me in different sets? You want to put me in different sets of how clever I am or how smart I am? So how can I learn? See, in business, in life, where I got my experience of going and playing sports with people who are a lot older than me when I was a kid, who are a lot better than me. You know, going into business where people are their experience far exceeded mine at that time. But we're not allowed to do that at school because number one, you're separated and put into different sets. Now, if someone's, you know, a math genius, then and I'm not no good at maths, how am I supposed to learn off him? Because we're separated. Next thing as well is, even if I wasn't in the same class, I'm not allowed to talk to the guy anyway. Because we're not allowed to discuss it. That's called cheating. Yeah, and as far as career advice goes, I mean, are we really asking what people want to do? Are we actually analysing what are people's skills? What's people's passions? What's people's purposes? Or is it all predefined? As though you can choose psychology, or you can use this and you can use that. And I've got no disrespect to teachers. I've trained many teachers. In fact, some of my teachers are people who were teachers before in the education system are teaching real education stuff now. Why? Because they're teaching things that they actually have done and are doing. Yeah, so I don't want someone in marketing to be able to teach sales and marketing if they have not been super successful at that themselves. Yeah, I don't, and there's funny old stories about how all of this stuff works. Yeah, but you know, people who's gonna lecture you on business, you know, they never ran a real business in their whole life. Yeah, so you gotta see how is that gonna make me? How am I gonna be fulfilled? What is even happiness? Do you learn about happiness? You do what makes you happy? Yeah, do what makes you happy, but is it also doing the right thing? Are we told and taught to do things that the universe wants us to do? You know, Buckminster Fuller, he wrote a book called Critical Path. There's a piece in there where he talks about, hey, look, if we're doing what the universe wants us to do, meaning if our actions and behaviors are in line with the rejuvenation of the universe, then we'll always get what we need. And the challenge for most people, it only shows up just in the nick of time. That's right. So people quit long before that. Why? Because we're taught to quit in school. If it gets too hard, yeah, don't do it. And who's the role model? You know, the role model, one of my role models in school the kids are running a little bit of riot around here, they quit, they run off. Because again, it's not down to the individual teachers. So I don't have anything against them. In fact, anybody who wants to take themselves to the next level, you reach out and get in touch. But I'm going to replace the education system. I'm going to put it out there right now. And oh wow, will people come gunning for me and all the other people that want to be involved? Probably, most likely, I'm sure they will. But at the end of the day, people, they can just choose. You want to be in this system, or you want to actually learn about things that you love, learn about things that are useful to you, and learn about the things as they come up. So schools are going to be created where, as people are moving through life, they are given things and they get taught things based on what they need to know at that time. Think about this. If I just take the dictionary and go defining a load of words, what's the practical use, or what's the practical application I'm going to have for that? I'm going to have forgot it just after I've read it. But if I'm going through life and I'm like, okay, so now we're going to learn, like, what is procrastination? Okay, and now we start defining the words procrastination, and now we're defining this. It's relevant to me if procrastination is a problem or something that's not working for me. Do you understand what I'm saying here? I'm saying that you can't just go learning some predefined curriculum that you think you're supposed to know. You got to learn, okay, from the path that I'm going, and where I'm going and where I'm at, let's learn that. Let's facilitate. It's called facilitation. Now, I've taught many people to do many different things. Or I started out, when it became formal, coaching people in football. And I can't just say, hey, you need to learn this, 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 and this. It's what does the team need to learn? We've got to facilitate, we've got to draw out. Like, look at the word education, go and find out the root words. It comes from the word educe, which actually means to draw out, to pull from. So the wisdom is within you. Years and years and years of wisdom is within you. You know the answer, you know what to do, you just don't do what you know because you're taught to do otherwise, and you're brainwashed and you're taken down some yellow brick road that don't lead to anywhere the way you want it to go. It's where they want you to go, and it's taking your power. You're assigning your power away. It's making you poor, which is a mindset, remember. And by the way, at best, when you talk about mindset, at best, it's only like mental education that you're getting. Mental education meaning memorize the answers to these formulas. Rather than actually the emotional and spiritual education. And I'm not talking about anything religious here. I'm talking about the real emotion. Like, think about it. What's people's biggest challenges as they start to go through life and as they start to want to do something with their life? Emotions come up, and that causes all the problems with money. It's the emotion attached to the money. It's the emotion attached into relationships and communication, investing. What's people's, rich people are greedy or crooks or something. Why is all of that? Because it's all this fakeness that's we've been brought to us. So listen, this has been Mark Harvey on Truth on Thursday. If you can handle the truth, I would love to hear what your opinion is as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more of the truth and you're dedicated to learning the truth and helping people. This is about the mission. The mission is finding the way out of this dead-end road that we're going down, to assist humanity to be discovering, developing, and find freedom financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And when we combine all of that stuff and we do the right thing for the right reason, that is when we discover our true potential.